Wonder. See if this is going to work. If it is connected to my channel. Is this connected to my channel? I don't know. It is the 27th, right? So why isn't this connecting? Oh, there it is. Okay, we got it. I got it. Okay, we're there. This is through Restream, which I'm going to be using. So I just throw my butt on here and talk to you people about some stuff that I want to go over. And I didn't wear makeup, and this is just one of those days, but you know, there's a lot to do, so we're going to have to just handle it. So it'll be okay. So we're just going to wing it today. We will work out I'd say the defaults later. Anyway, I want to go over some past predictions because those are starting to show their appearance and how everything is connected. So it's important to understand this process. Okay, so this is an important time not to really be in fear at all. Even I've noticed these programs, I'm not even going to give them titles anymore because they're just breaking down into bad programs that are no longer working and that people are not trusting no more. And so I'm not even going to give them titles anymore. You guys are pretty much aware of which ones they are. And Spirit has said it's just on a dismantling process. It's showing its true colors and it's doing itself, it's dismantling itself on its own. So that's happening. So just so you guys know. I didn't notify anybody that was going to be on here. I just decided to go into it. So it'll be okay. So let's first go into the keys. Okay. I want to go into the keys. So we're going to go back to past predictions that I have documentation on. Okay. So let's go back. Let's go back to the first key and show you guys. This is like 2015. Okay. So this was, thank God you guys can actually see stuff on here. See? So this was the first, let me turn this light. Oh, so bright. So this was the first key that they showed me. Okay. Can't really see it because I'm going to read it to you. So it had a surface that was a circle. It has a surface that it was a circle, and they call it the plates. And then each one of these little arrows right here were demons being pushed off. And I mean in a way in our world, we're going to be annihilated. And that's what those were. And they showed me down to the last one. So in the center of the keys, I'm going to read off to you what it said. Now imagine these keys circulating around and around. And in the center, there's an energy. But in the main area of the energy, these plates of these events have to fall out. So each plate would fall out in the center as the events would happen. Okay? So I want you to look at the first one. Control of man. And we know that plate has fell down. Control of the human mind. You got to remember, this was in 2015 that I did this. wealth of the earth. So, yep. New energy. And sickness of the world. So a lot of those events have presently happened. Presently. And remember that this was a top key. This was a master key. These were 1 to 2 ton plates. So let's go to another phase on the keys. Here's a master key again. Energy. I'm going to have to adjust these lights because sometimes you can't see everything. So energy goes through here and the plates start to circulate and the energy. Now remember, the plates inside all these events are gone by now. They're gone. That's what matters. There's stages. There were stages of these keys. Our last stage of these keys were this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 5 in a row. They all came from different atmospheres. Ice, desert, rainforest, mountain, terrain, and sea. All different environments. And people have actually seen the pictures of these in the sky working as one. So now, because people are like, I'll say the keys and they don't understand what the keys are. So there's times I have to talk about them. And so they open up developed energy and developed doors that we need here to bring things in and out and to have a balance on top of them. So that was in 2015. I want to just show you that, like I said, these are showing currently in this time and age. And those are important with everything else that is happening. So now we're going to move on to the pyramids. Now, I don't think I've posted the pyramids. I wonder if I should find those, but I think we'll be okay without it. And I showed you how the ley lines, because I was in a situation they put me in I didn't want to be in, and I knew how powerful the ley lines were and that there was a power source underneath, and there's been generations of different species trying to I say the word contain the energy, hold the energy, use the energy, and they can never figure it out or never use it, because Spirit said once one human even goes close to even getting near what's in those ley lines, they will be completely dismantled, which is true, because there's Indians, there are giants, there are Vikings that tried to be around these ley lines and take on that energy and be a part of that energy and fight over that energy. And they have never won. They have never won. So you got the ley lines. And if you look at them worldwide, how many there are. And then they showed me the pyramids and how the top of the pyramid, which you see on the dollar, the very top, and what is in the ley lines has to go on top of those pyramids for that energy source at the final stages of everything. So the pyramids and the ley lines are connected in energy because this planet is able to move. And if man could have destroyed those pyramids, they would have, but they can't. They don't have the capability. And so everything's kind of lining up and coming to the surface, what things have been hidden. And now like I said, at the end, all of this, things have to be completely right or they're going to be completely wrong. And that's why things are presented to me at the right time that I need to express these images, tell you about these images, because they come into play at the right time. And that's the thing. We're down to passing the pyramids, understanding that all that is connected. Our world, the pyramids, the ley lines, the energy is going to work for itself, and no one's going to contain it. Nobody. And you've already seen that in history, that you've already tried to contain it in that way, and you can't. And I've seen the graves that lay around it. Yeah, it's not containable. So we got that. Now let's move on to this canal that is red. And so we got the energy of the rings. You have the energy of the pyramids. And then you have this lake. This lake. Sorry. See this lake? That's the lake. I have to draw these from scratch. I do not get these off Google. I do not copy someone else's stuff like others do, but I'm just telling you, because there's none of the drawings that I do. There's nothing here on Earth that looks like it. So this is ice around it. This is what's below it. Okay, so I think you guys know where this is at. Antarctica. Of course we can't get there. Of course we can't just go across because they wouldn't like that very much. Right? They wouldn't like us to go in these areas. They wouldn't like us to witness it. They wouldn't like us to witness the volcanoes underneath it, under the ice. And then what's really funny is when somebody wants to contain an area, they try to put their name around it. It's really funny. And that is a dead giveaway. So, silver and gold, no. But in the new details of this, what's underneath is underneath this frequency of this lake is an energy source underneath the lake. And that what makes this lake special through it. And you take the right temperatures and they make something naturally, was really not naturally, but naturally amazing, and able to utilize it and use it. And a lot of different species would love to contain this. But it has been guarded for a long time. So I have to do another drawing that's underneath this, that's in the levels of what it looks like and how that works. So it's going to be a little complicating. But see, everything that we're dealing with today, there's always a lie behind it. You understand? There's a lie behind when you start to look at something that is truthful. There's always something to cover it up. And we're going to start to realize that 90% of what we've been told has been a complete lie. So it isn't time for meltdowns or freaking out about it, because that was their agenda, to lie about everything. So now you have to step back and you have to analyze things and you have to look at things in a different way and not allow them to fill your head with ideas. You need to go within to ask the questions, to get the response, to feel that true self. Because this is, this is an area that they have to reveal. And I told you all these ships are going to surface from, let's see if I got one. The ships are going to surface. The water's going to be drained. The stuff is going to surface out of the ocean again. These are from the ocean again. It's almost like a city surfacing that was always there. Here's the pyramids for around the world. I don't like antennas everywhere. And in the center, wonder what that goes down to. I guarantee you it has to do with that lake. That sun. So, you got to start putting these things together. You got to start sitting outside the box and seeing all these events happening and what they've been hiding forever. And now you have to look at it a different way. And understand that there was more valuable things here upon this planet than they've ever told you. So now that I kind of put those together, let's go into no fear. No fear. I had a friend after they went to kind of like a fake event. I don't think it really did anything for the people. I think it really did something for their own egos. And then I had 2 or 3 messages come back, and all it was feeding fear again, and that's the propaganda. It's not going to work. We're at a point that I just believe that humans are not in control of anything now. And there's a bigger source that is taking control of things. And fear breaks down the human conscience and makes it doubt yourself. And we don't need that right now. We need you to stay in your own conscience, your own truth. Because there's a wave of fear all of a sudden after this event. And there's a wave of fear coming in and a wave of being programmed, and you don't go into that. Everything that is evil is already coming down. It's already going to dismantle. They can't stop it. They can't do anything about it. The top of the pyramid is gone. Now the mid-level is being dismantled and disintegrated. And when that middle level holds the upper level and it holds the bottom level, when that is gone, everything falls. It's coming down. There is no place for the organic suits to go to be repaired. There is no place to get it fixed. There is no place for it to live or reside without being identified. It's ending. And you're seeing these organic systems on YouTube all over. But it looks pretty good, but you're not supposed to touch them, go near them. They have handlers, all this stuff, it's just the way they are. Don't touch me. So we're at a point that you guys have to really look at things in a way of things are dysfunctioning. Things are not matching up. And you're looking at this from a view of like, this is a reality. That this 3D process is done. It's done. There's no saving it. There's no saving it. There's going to be no amazing bomb that's going to work or any 3D fear. It's just not going to work. There is no I say one person that's going to take this all down. It's a conscience level of many that have the knowledge and the understanding of what has to end and what we have to start to create. And there's too much knowledge of knowing what we're creating now to go backwards. And that's good. But in the coming days, instead of reacting in the fear when things are being took down, you need to rise above that and stay in your steady space and go, this has to happen. This has to be dismantled to be able for change. Allow change to come in. It's good. So do not go into that, because there's going to be enough of them freaking out. That's what the Walmarts are for. And there's a good place for them. So you're going to have to get into a process of really good trust now, in a process of no fear whatsoever. Because Spirit says, we see it all now. We see it from detail to detail, person to person. We know which ones are bad. We know which ones are good. We know which ones are going to completely disappear. It's no longer our responsibility to figure that out anymore. It's already done. It's already been taken care of. So now we have to go forward. What's the next step? The next step is to step in your own. The next step is to do your own work. The next step is to acknowledge the information. The next step is to trust Creator. Finally, you and Him. So, I'd say the next 2 weeks are going to be a bumpy ride. And I don't do dates or anything like that, because it has nothing to do with time and dates. It has to do with things being done and dismantled at the right time. So, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll feel things changing. You'll feel things changing in a different direction. It's not something anybody needs to tell you. It's something that you know. So it starts to feel, society right now cannot find enough people to work on anything. Go to work, apply themselves to go to work. And that would start to give you some indication of what's going on and what you're really dealing with. Are we really dealing with humans? Are we dealing with programs? Are we dealing with different type of programs? Because that's becoming a harder and harder situation. It makes you want to look around and wonder what is actually here among us. It's going to come to a standstill point. Is it really that we're running out of things, or is it really that there's just no one to do the job anymore? So it can look one way, but if you look at it a different way, you're going to see that. So anyway, this is where you grab to something inside of you, your soul. And no matter what society throws at you, you stay in your truth. You stay steady, you stay balanced, you stay consistent. Because riding on fear will feed it. Riding on the light and staying consistent will improve it. So I think it's going to be shocking once everything is completely dismantled and you look around, there's not a lot left. And you're like, wow, we have to start all over. We create all over again. And then we have to dig for the truth that we've been lied to forever. You do. And there is not one individual that's going to be able to ride another individual back. You're going to have to get up and do your own work. That part of our life is over. You have to stand up and do your own work. The ones that are used to things given to them, that is coming to an end. You will get back what you put in. And if you don't put in anything, you will not get nothing back. Because that is the way it works as a community of energy. There is no free rides. There is doing the work. So we have programmed a younger society to think that everything is given. And that's going to have big repercussions. Big ones. But it was all to dismantle us. So I came on here just to talk to you and tell you a couple things and to present this information because it needs to be presented. And then I just want you guys to pay attention to things. Because we're in the thick of it. We're in the thick of it now. You know me, I just came on to give you messages. I don't really have anything entertaining to say. I never do. But don't react. Don't blow up. Don't get mad. Just stay in your balance. And I got more drawings coming. I'm just on one person. I can only draw so fast. But look for the rings. They're above us now. They are above us. So I'd say good night and have a good day. Stay in the light.